See, here's where most of us Christians have missed what it means to follow Jesus. We spend a lot of time, us Christians, combing through the Bible, studying the Scriptures, and we're looking for all the commandments. We want to know the thou shalts and the thou shalt nots. We want to know what's a sin and what's not a sin. And mainly the reason we do that is because most of us want to go right up to the line. See, here's what we don't say this, but this is the way most of us live. I want to sin enough to make life fun, but I don't want to sin so much that it puts me and God at odds. I don't want to cross the line. And so that's why we do that. Another reason we do that is because I'd like to know what are the sins that cause people to be outside the family of God, and what are the sins that we're okay with that'll keep us inside and we can just live with. Because I'd like to treat the ones who are out a little bit different than I treat the ones who are in. And one thing I've always found interesting is whenever someone does that and they determine which sins kick you out and which ones keep you in, isn't it interesting that it's always the sins that kick you out that's the sins that they've never done? Just find that fascinating of how that works. But what we do is we create these categories of what a mature Christian does and what a mature Christian doesn't do. And then what we do is we build our consciences around those things. We put the warning lights on our dashboard based on those things. And then Jesus comes along and he made it perfectly clear. He says, look, in the end, you just need one warning light. If your definition of spiritual maturity does not ultimately lead you to love other people in the same way that Christ has loved you, it is a false maturity. If it bothers you more to miss church on Sunday than it bothers you when you stiff the waitress who serves you lunch on Sunday, if it bothers you more that you forgot to read your Bible last week than it does that you forgot about your neighbor who lost his job and is going to lose his home and you didn't care, if it bothers you more, if you can come to church and sing songs of praise to God and then walk out the door and speak words of hatred to another human being on Monday morning, if you say you love God and hold on to the bitterness and anger and hatred toward another person within your heart, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you have adopted a form of Christianity that is childish, it is immature, and it is not in step with the one command of Jesus.